Shalom. Once again, all praises, honor, and glory unto the Most High. Yahweh Ba'asham, Yahweh Ba'asham, Rakakwadash, the bonus to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone, and salutations to all you sincere Kim. And this is your brother Abawan back again with another video through the spirits and power of Yahweh Ba'asham, Yahweh Ba'asham, Rakakwadash. All praises and glory is due, especially in the times that we're in. And yeah, all praises and glory due truly to the Most High. And this is the spirit right here, because I was about to go into a video similar to what the elder Malcolm here posted, and he posted this, I think that was like, oh, this is only a few days ago. Well, just recently came up to my feed, and the title of this shot is "You're not sick, you are being poisoned in Broadview." That's right, man. And I'm going to entitle my own video, man. We need to get out of here fast, right? Because this devil, even the scriptures already tell you what, even the scriptures already tells you what it is. Let me get that preset real quick, right? For this devil, because this devil, right, like, right, even, let's get that. Let's start from this first. Let's start from this first. You know, like a roaring lion is seeketh whom he may devour. Let's get that first. Like a roaring lion is seeketh whom he may devour. There it is. So this is the book of 1 Peter 5 verse 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Right. And that's basically, of course, going into the wickedness of Esau Edom, right? The wickedness and his um oppression, right? Especially of you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, right? And this devil, okay, but let me get this first before I actually go into what I want to really get into. I have one more precept I want to bring out. Revelation 12 verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time, right? And when we speak about the devil, right, we're not speaking about the spiritual demon Satan or Lucifer, or what the Christians refer to when they say the devil. Rather we're speaking about a man, right? And let's get that, because as we already know that in this truth that the word devil goes back to the, I believe it's the Greek word diabolos, okay, diabolos, and such as second, okay, here we are. It took a little bit longer to load than I thought it would. So let's get, you know how it is with this third world network. This is going to take a minute, so you can have to bear with me. It's going to take some time to load, so you can have to bear with me. So yeah, strong G1228. Let's wait for it to load, and the word there would be Diabolos, right? Diabolos, strong G1228. Diabolos. So right, let's go into it. So just going to get the main point, okay? Diabolos, metaphor applied to a man who, by opposing the cause,
Strong's G1228. Diabolos. Diabolos.
Metaphor applied to a man who, by opposing the cause of God, may be said to act the part of the devil or to side with him. Slovakia, right? So basically, what this is saying is that the fact that we call Esau Edom the devil, or that we refer to him as the devil, which the Bible speaks of, does not mean that the spiritual demon Satan does not exist, but rather what it means is that when the scriptures are speaking of the devil, right, in certain places, okay, which of course if the spirit is dealing with you, you'll be able to see it is referring to Esau Edom, the so-called red man. And in both precepts I just read, it was especially referring to Esau Edom there, because this is how these devils operate, and especially now in the times that we're in, as Esau is saying that his kingdom is coming to an end, and as the wars are closing in on Esau faster, and he's realizing that his kingdom is coming to an end. Now he's going no holds bar, right? Letting his horns be made fully manifest, showing who he is as the devil which the Bible speaks of, right? And that's why you now have okay about that. That's why you now have this post from the
don't move, homie. I ain't going to.
I don't know. I don't know why I don't know why I don't know why this YouTube closed on me, right? Let me go back to that. Right? The shot that the other Malcolm put up, right? Like I said, this from the elder Malcolm here, and what you are seeing is chemtrails, okay, being launched in the sky in America, Babylon the Great. And it's funny because I actually saw a chemtrail recently here in Nigeria, and this has been launching different chemtrails here in Nigeria and doing all kinds of things, messing with the foods here, messing with the animals and the plants here with the GMO and all that. And that's even one of the main reasons I'm doing this video right now, because I've been, that's why I haven't really been doing too many videos this week, because I've been feeling very, very, on that very sick, nothing too crazy, or at least that's what I thought, just a regular cold because of the rainy season that has been going on, right? So you're getting, rainy season comes in, and the sudden shift in temperature messes with you a little bit and gives you a little bit of a cold, right? And at first I thought it was nothing too crazy, just a normal cold. I just have to wear warmer clothes, drink a little bit more hot water and all that, and I just be able to get through it, right? But then I started getting worse and worse, right? The point where I had to go and start using the herbs, and even the herbs, they wasn't as effective as it normally is. So now, man. So now in my spirit, I'm now suspecting that Esau did something to, I don't know if it's the water, I don't know if it's the flies are around here, I don't know if it's the food, right? But Esau has done something to something here in Nigeria that's making it more and more easier for you to get sick, because I've been getting sick so much these days, even more than I normally do, especially since coming into this truth, man. Because normally, ever since coming into this truth, it's hard. It was hard for me to get sick, man. It took a lot for me to get sick, but now, now, it takes nothing for me to get sick anymore. Get sick. Something happens. Get sick. I take some herbs. I get better. Then it comes again. I get sick. Take herbs. I get better. Right. And I've been suspecting for a while that Esau has basically done some things. Right. He changed some of the, of course, that one has already been a given, that these devils have changed the foods out here, right, to the GMO. Okay, that's why I'm suspecting these devils, man. That's why I'm suspecting these devils, man. And that's why I'm titling this video that, look, man, we have to get out of here, man. And we really do, because if we leave this, because you already know what the scriptures say, right? Or you should already know what the scripture said, that if we leave Esau Edom to his devices, and if we allow him to continue to do his wickedness, right? Let's get that. That there shall no flesh be saved. Let's get that. So this is the book of Matthew 24, verse 22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Right, can. And the reason why is because you can clearly see this devil is defiling and polluting the earth, right? Not just with his chemtrails, but with all the other forms of pollution that he has. Whether it's the nuclear waste, whether it's the plastic waste, right? The plastic island that is in the middle of the ocean. Whether it's even the drug that is putting out here. Was not recently in the news that you heard about how some sharks are recently found with cocaine, right? Cocaine in their system, right? And those sharks have been swimming around places like Miami and Florida, where these devils go on vacation and start snorting all kinds of drugs, right? This is how this devil continues to defile the earth, and all these creatures are going through hell right now, man, in this kingdom because of this devil. That's why the scriptures say that that all the of creation they are all of creation waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God, right? Because of this, because you can, because this, as you can clearly see, now that these devils have been given the rulership, they are destroying the earth, okay? And that's exactly what Esau Edom is doing with this his unrighteous decrees and with everything that he's doing on the earth, right? Whether it's him, whether it's him, whether even going to the history, wanting animals to extinction, destroying whole ecosystems, right? But even to the in the modern time, he's still doing the exact same thing, destroying whole ecosystems. You know how to push these chemtrails or push these GMOs or push whatever other wicked agenda he wants to push in order to make the people more dependent on him. Have been suspecting for a while that Esau is using GMO mosquitoes here in Nigeria because the way these mosquitoes are moving right these days, man, and the way that their bite spreads this malaria these days, man, it's coming suspicious for a while because the mosquitoes that are out here now don't even look or even feel like the mosquitoes I had when I was growing up, right? They have a completely different look, right? Sensation of their bite is completely different and everything. And I've been trying to avoid these mosquitoes for a while, but as soon as the nighttime comes, as soon as the nighttime comes, they are everywhere. They are everywhere now. So I've been suspecting Esau for a while that he started pushing out these GMO mosquitoes and they are causing havoc, man. Hey. But I mean that's even more reason why you have to that's even more reason to hope for the downfall and destruction of these devils, right? Because we need to get out of here, man. Because these devils, they are basically polluting the whole earth, right? Destroying the earth, right? In order to push their wicked agenda, completely poisoning the world and especially Jake, right? The so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, the scattered Israelites that are scattered around the four corners of the earth. And I don't really want to go into too much detail, but there's a situation that's here in Nigeria basically going into how Esau is using the jabs, the juicy juices, right? Not the actual the juice or the jump shot that came in that came for the what, right? But regular jump shots for other forms of illnesses that these devils use to either sterilize Jake, right, or infect Jake with even more of a strain of the whatever virus that the junction was supposed to protect you from. Right, so these devils are basically doing biological warfare against our people, which is all part of the course because that's also part of the way in which they seek to cut us off from being a nation. That's you Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, the scattered Israelites that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. It should not come as a surprise to any of you jakes out here, right? That these devils and their wicked agenda is ultimately still, targeting you Israelites, right? Trying to push out these chemtrails that ultimately just make you more sick because of how much microbes. I won't say microbes, but not microbes. But what they put in the air again, that causes blockage, that causes blockage, and basically just discomfort when you're taking it in. But things like that, pellets, not pellets. I forgot what it is. The aerosols or something. But pushing out these chemtrails are basically killing the plants and killing the plants and making you sick, right? Give you the flu, and they still push the chemtrails here in Nigeria as well, as ironically, because I've actually seen them in the sky, right? And then pushing all kinds of experimental, genetically modified organisms and foods here in Nigeria, and that's probably what is causing, and it starts causing a lot of illnesses and issues, right? And let's not even talk about the CV19, that whole incident with the juicy juice that's happened all those years ago, right? You still have people that are still having issues and complications from that, and it's all based on it's all based on the devil, which the Bible speaks of, Esau, Edom, and his wickedness in wanting to like it's written in the Jordan, like it was written right, before Esau destroyed it in the Georgia Guidestones, right? And even Bill Gates, alluded to it as well, that's, basically the goal would be to reduce the population by a certain amount, right? By basically cutting off majority of the population, which of course the main target in that is once again the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. So you look at the situation on ground right now. You look at what these devils are doing, right, with their technology, right, with their with that technology, and maybe we have to get out of here. We have to hasten, and get out of here as soon as possible, Lord willing, right? Because as the scripture says, man, these devils, they are seeking to destroy the earth, okay? Seeking to destroy the earth over because of their wickedness and because of their complete inability to govern righteously, right? So with that, I'm going to end the video right there. Once again, all praises, honor and glory unto the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Rakakwa, Dash, Wa, Abad, Babal, and through the Spirit, I hope you are calm and you are quite edified. Shalom.